Your faith is your fortune. Neville Goddard. Chapter 2. You shall decree. Thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. You will also decree a thing, and it will be established for you, and light will shine on your ways. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall come to thee, and light shall shine in thy ways. Job 22:28. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Isaiah 55:11. Man can decree a thing and it will come to pass. Man has always decreed that which has appeared in this world. He is today decreeing that which is appearing in his world, and he shall continue to do so as long as man is conscious of being man. Nothing has ever appeared in man's world but what man decreed that it should. This you may deny, but try as you will, you cannot disprove it. For this decreeing is based upon a changeless principle. Men do not command things to appear by his words, which are, more often than not, a confession of his doubts and fears. Decreeing is ever done in consciousness. Every man automatically expresses that which he is conscious of being. Without effort or the use of words, at every moment of time, man is commanding himself to be and to possess that which he is conscious of being and possessing. This changeless principle of expression is dramatized in all the Bibles of the world. The writers of our sacred books were illumined mystics, past masters in the art of psychology. In telling the story of the soul, they personified this impersonal principle in the form of a historical document, both to preserve it and to hide it from the eyes of the uninitiated. Today, to those to whom this great treasure has been entrusted, namely the priesthoods of the world, have forgotten that the Bibles are psychological dramas representing the consciousness of man. In their blind forgetfulness, they now teach their followers to worship its characters as men and women who actually lived in time and space. When man sees the Bible as a great psychological drama with all of its characters and actors as the personified qualities and attributes of his own consciousness, then and then only will the Bible reveal to him the light of its symbology. This impersonal principle of life which made all things is personified as God. This Lord God, creator of heaven, earth, and hell, is discovered to be man's awareness of being. If man were less bound by orthodoxy or more intuitively observant, he could not fail to notice in the reading of the Bibles that the awareness of being is revealed hundreds of times throughout this literature. To name a few, I am hath sent me unto you, Exodus 3:14. Be still and know that I am God, Psalm 46:10. I am the Lord and there is no other God. I am the Lord and there is none else. There is no God beside me. Isaiah 45:5. I am the Lord your God and there is no other. Joel 2:27. I am the shepherd. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. John 10:11. I am man's unconditional awareness of being is revealed as Lord and Creator of every conditioned state of being. If man would give up his belief in a God apart from himself, recognize his awareness of being to be God, this awareness fashions itself in the likeness and image of its conception of itself. He would transform his world from a barren waste to a fertile field of his own liking. The day man does this, he will know that he and his Father are one, but his Father is greater than he. He will know that his consciousness of being is one with that which he is conscious of being. but that his unconditioned consciousness of being is greater than his conditioned state of his conception of self. When man discovers his consciousness to be the impersonal power of expression, which power eternally personifies itself in his conceptions of himself, he will assume and appropriate that state of consciousness which he desires to express. In so doing, he will become that state in expression. Ye shall decree a thing, and it shall come to pass, can now be told in this manner. You shall become conscious of being or possessing a thing, and you shall express or possess that which you are conscious of being. The law of consciousness is the only law of expression. I am the way, I am the resurrection. Consciousness is the way as well as the power which resurrects and expresses all that man will ever be conscious of being. Turn from the blindness of the uninitiated man who attempts to express and possess those qualities and things which he is not conscious of being and possessing, and be as the illumined mystic who decrees on the basis of this changeless law. Consciously claim yourself to be that which you see. Appropriate the consciousness of that which you see, and you too will know the status of the true mystic as follows. I became conscious of being it. I am still conscious of being it. And I shall continue to be conscious of being it until that which I am conscious of being is perfectly expressed. Yes, I shall decree a thing, and it shall come to pass. End of this chapter. Now, as usual, Neville Goddard places a huge emphasis on the understanding that the Bible is just a psychological drama. And I'm not here to argue this point. And the historicity of the Bible and the truthfulness of what came out of the Bible and the essence that Neville Goddard chooses to impart to us. What I want to talk about is, let's put it that way, the interpretation that Neville Goddard has of this Bible. And it makes total sense. As I said, I do not argue whether it's true or not, whether the Bible is real or not, whether the people in the Bible were real or not, etc., so on and forth. This is not the point here, and I don't think that it really matters. Because within the teachings of Neville Goddard and the way he interprets the psychological drama of the Bible, we can truly understand what it means to be in charge, quote unquote, of our consciousness. So when we're in charge of our consciousness, we understand that because God is not separate from us, He's not even near us, because near to us would still imply separateness. That's a direct quote, paraphrase quote by Neville Goddard. God is our own imagination. And as I always say, God doesn't mean that I am God, that you are God, and other people are not God. It means that we are all gods of our own reality. The Buddha said the mind is the forerunner of all things, and we can only see the construct of our own consciousness. Therefore, we are the masters of our own realities. So, when we understand the I amness, that we are conscious of being what we are conscious of wanting to be, we understand that we cannot let our conscious minds dwell upon things that we don't want to see expressed in our 3D reality, in the world we can see. The world we can see with our eyes, because we can see the world with our eyes closed in our imagination. That's a very important distinction. So understand that if you are to truly follow the teachings of Neville Goddard, you have to have faith that, especially at the beginning, because after a while you will understand that there's nothing more, nothing less than the truth of it. At the beginning you need to understand that it is our conscious mind that will imprint the subconscious mind with our conception of being, deliberately or not. So if you look at your life, the things that are being expressed are the results, the fruit of your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your visualizations, your dream, your daydreams, your nightmares, your fears, and all that stuff that is happening in your inner world over the course of your life. Now, When someone asks you, have you ever manifested something? That's a wrong question, because we are always manifesting. It's not something you can turn on or turn off. Because manifestation is just creation. Everything is creation. When I move my hand, it's a creation. When I talk to someone, it's a creation. Everything is created. The good question, the real question one should ask is, have you ever deliberately manifested something, created something? Because that's a whole different question. And for us, when we follow the teachings of Neville Goddard, we have to understand we are putting ourselves in the mold of the Creator, the deliberate Creator. So we choose to create something. And for us to choose something to create deliberately, we should take control over our conscious mind. And that's where the discipline lies. And when Neville Goddard said, I shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass. So what are you decreeing in your mind? Deliberately or not? You should choose what you want to decree. And decree is a very solemnful word, if you will. Decree is not saying, it's not screaming. Decreeing is saying it in a way that implies that it is set. There's a foundation almost below those words when you decree something. You're standing on a pedestal and you decreeing, you saying with your lungs almost, not necessarily screaming, but you say it with authority, with conviction. There's a reason why decreeing is used for in the realms of politics and business and religion, spirituality and philosophy, etc., etc. So choose what you decree in your mind and with your mouth. Decreeing in your mind, yes, you have to go into the state akin to sleep and affirm. Yes, for sure. And visualize. But decreeing, I'm talking about the words. But also remember the words you are telling yourself and the words you are telling others. You should really pay attention to those, because those words might not be aligned with the wish fulfilled, which is the desire you want to see accomplished in this world. So decree only things that you want to see happen in this world. An affirmation is a decree. When you go in front of a mirror, or even when you sit at home alone, not necessarily in front of a mirror, and you say your affirmations out loud, which I strongly recommend, say them like you mean it. Yes, sometimes you might not believe them, so tone it down a bit. Tone it down until it makes you feel neutral or positive. When you feel neutral or positive, you know that this affirmation is working for you. When you feel anxious, yes, you can do it, and after a while the anxiety might leave. That's true. And this is a case-by-case scenario. Everybody's different. But the best way is for you to find an affirmations that are neutral or positive to you. Neutral is enough. Positive even better. But neutral is more than enough. But decree it. Once you know that it feels neutral or positive, decree it. Feel the conviction. And that's why out loud sometimes is better, because there's only so much you can hear with your mind. You know what I mean? But when you say it with your mouth out loud, don't necessarily say it out loud in the streets. I mean, unless that's what you want to do. But say it out loud when you're alone, and you say it like you're talking to a person, but a loved one. But say it like you mean it to, and say it. You can even visualize yourself saying it when you're doing it, and say it like it means something to you, like you have conviction. As I said, you don't need to scream, but definitely, I mean, you can whisper, but say it with conviction. And that's my message for this today. I shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass. Remember that. I am Sebastian, your mindset manifestation and I forgot one, meditation coach. If you want more details about me, please check the description box below. Coaching is available. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe for more of this type of content, and I'll see you very soon.